and Will. We're gonna get right into it. There's not really much more to it. We're just figuring out what we got to do.
Yeah, we're kind of winging it, but
it's
going with
we got some papers to figure out what we're doing, but it's gonna be good.
All right, so should I rip the first question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Start it off.
Okay. Start it.
Okay,
We'll
so
see where it goes from here.
All right. First question is
It's not even like that. It's just more of talking. It's a podcast. You're like talking, but I mean, you can start with the question if you really want to.
Do you remember the first time that we met?
No. Well, I was thinking like, would I know this? Like, cause I figured you're gonna ask me because it's like the basic question to start off with, and what I thought was wing night.
That's exactly what I
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And all I remember is Darius put it was I don't know if it's Darius or Styles.
It was.
It was
Wait.
one of the two.
Did what?
They put us in a group chat.
Okay.
Called
Okay.
wing night.
No, you want to know my first?
Yeah.
It was. So we're sitting there and we're at wing night and it's me, Mason Williams,
Pendergast.
Corey, Riley, Murphy, Gavin. And we're sitting there and we're at Quaker Steak. And this is like before COVID happened.
You were
So
in that little side booth too, I remember.
Yes. It was before, the side booth like right next to the restrooms.
Yeah.
It was like a little round one.
Yeah.
So like it was before COVID happened, so it was always crazy. And we went to the restroom and like what happened was like whenever they were going to the restroom, Jack McAvenue and I think someone else was in there. And whenever we went in there, Jack and Fooey. They walked in and Mason was in there with me and Dylan, and whenever they were in there, this was whenever Mason Williams was dating Ellie at the time. So they were like, they started like making weird noises like moaning Mason's name. They were like, Mason Williams.
No.
Yeah, so that was like Mason like was just like a hothead and he was just trying to like call something. He was like, oh really? Like I don't get what their deal is. So then that's what just brewed everything. And then Riley was like cussing at you guys whenever we were driving away.
Sounds about Riley. That sounds Riley. No, I just remember getting put in a group chat with you guys, and we're just.
Didn't you guys have like a wing group chat?
Yeah, we instantly just started chirping each other. Like,
I remember that.
Mogador Community College.
I remember looking at the group text and someone was saying some crazy stuff because Jacob Jaber was in there speaking Arabic. And they're like, what is this dude?
It was probably Jack or Fooey.
Yeah, but I remember that, and then you came in just talking some mad crap too.
That's about right.
But do you remember the first time we hung out?
Not your fucking girlfriend.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I'm just asking.
No, what? Do you? What was it?
You remember I picked you up and you wore a shiesty the entire time.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have a picture of it. You were wearing a shiesty the whole time. We were driving by throwing firecrackers at cars.
What? All right. We're just going right into it.
Well, remember when we drove by Willie's Road? And we threw a firecracker on the road? Like right next to us.
Willie's Road?
It wasn't a firecracker. It was literally a firework. And it, like the way it works is you lit it. And
oh my god! And it's yes. Yeah, okay. No, I know. It's like firecracker. Yeah. I don't know. That's about how we are. Throwing firecrackers in the road now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit
that's
different
just
now.
I was gonna say that's just the surface level. I feel like.
Yeah, we're just that's breaking the ice. I mean, we'll get to those stories too, but you got to talking about your friends, and I wanted to ask you like how it was before you came to Lake.
Like before I came to Lake.
Mogador Community College.
Yeah, Mogador was good. I mean, I was close with everyone. Like with Mogador, you have literally, I think we had 53 kids in our class.
Ouch.
So you legitimately knew every single person that walked through your hall. You knew the junior high kids.
Yeah.
So like we had our tight group. It was like me, Mason, Dylan in our grade, and then like Puma, Trevor, Kaufman. Like we were all real tight just because there's only so many kids. So like all the kids that played sports together, we were real tight. But I mean, it treated me well. It taught me a lot of lessons. I mean, I liked Mogador, but I also like Lake. It has its differences. It has its pros and cons.
You must have gotten some shit there.
No.
Come on. Come on.
Like in what matter?
Like, you know, like, I'm just thinking right now, let's let's go off of that a little bit and talk about the little sign incident that happened.
Oh, wait, are we talking about a Maga or a lake?
No, lake.
Okay.
It's like I'm just swerving away from it because like that's just like one of the incidents that I'm thinking about.
Well, it was.
You don't got to name drop. You could just.
Okay, so whenever I first came to Lake, I was hanging out with. It was a specific like 3 individuals whenever I first came to Lake because I knew them before previously. So like, I would hang out with them a lot. We were real close, and then one day we just, one mentioned that like, you know how easy it is to just knock off a sign with a rubber mallet. We're like, are you serious? And like one day we just drove out. He had a rubber mallet and just literally jumped and just boop, popped it off, threw it in the car. Well, I always had to drive because I was the only one with the truck. So we did that one day, and then we're like, that was honestly like too easy, but we like loved the adrenaline rush of like having to do it before cars came and saw us. So we literally went on a week span, and it was during spring break because one of our friends was house sitting, so we'd go visit him at the house, and I think what it was at the end was a grand total of 27 times.
Man.
But it was collectively all of us, and then that was all. So then to get into it a little bit more, it was like a Tuesday or I don't know. It was a Friday because it was right when we were getting to the weekend.
Yeah.
And Coach DeGeorge comes down, and he looks at me and then the 3 other guys that were in the incident, and he's like, "Hey, come up to my office." And I knew right then
I
and
know
there.
that feeling. It's like,
I knew right then and
we're
there.
done.
I was like, "Oh man, that's." But like the icing on the cake though was that literally before all this, what was leading to it was everyone kept talking about how, Mr. Lippy saw a video of my truck on a ring camera.
No.
So I'm like, no way. There was no ring camera. I was like, no way. And then that Friday, George called us up and he's like, "Hey, have you guys been stealing signs?" One of the guys in our group, without hesitation, he's like, "Yes. What do we have to do? Are we in trouble?" Like,
no way.
hesitation.
No way.
So he's like, no. He's like, if you just like, since you came forward and you were honest, like, the cops just want all the signs that were stolen just to be returned so they can give them back to the city or township. So we ended up. What happened was actually, I had like, I think 10 signs under my bed at my house at Mogador. So what happened was I had to go all the way back, and they came with me, the 3 other guys. And whenever I went back, I was in there and I was like trying to get the signs out, and my dad was back home from work already, so I was trying to get my signs out, and as I'm like getting them out, he's like, "Hey, who's there?" I'm like, well, he's like, "What are you doing home?" He's like, "Don't you have lifting?" I go, "Yeah, we finished early."
No.
He's like, he was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm up there getting my signs. Next thing you know, he comes up and he's just standing there and right by my door. He's like, "What are you doing?" I go, I told him straight up, I'm like, we got caught stealing signs, and Coach DeGeorge said that we have to return them to the cops. And that's whenever he literally ripped me a new one. He's like, "You're the new kid that's out of school."
That's what I was about to say. He's probably like, that's your first impression.
Yeah, he's like, "You set just such a bad example for yourself." But I mean, we returned the signs, and the police sheriff was pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
That was good.
That's funny. I love it.
Yeah, I know. That was
Chad's a good guy. I expect him to rip into you.
I mean, it's given, but
Yeah.
it's all right. Well, like, speaking of like stealing stuff, like whatever happened with you and the pop dispensers.
I knew it was gonna happen. It's not dispensers.
What is it then?
It's just like the cover, and that's exactly what I was thinking about the whole entire time you were talking about that. Is
what grade were you in?
It was my junior year, and I had like, I know what this is gonna lead into.
What do you mean?
So like, this is like right after I'm getting back from an injury and from football, and that's just a whole nother story. We'll get to it. I just get back and I'm starting to earn my spot back, and like it's
what position were you playing at this time?
I wide out, and like
Wide
I was just starting to get good, and we were doing okay. We were 50, or we were 5-5 or something like that. Probably not even that. We were like 4-3 probably. And
Oh, so this was like into the midst of the season.
And like I just got back from an injury, and we obviously me and Nate we have our fun, we go do stuff, and obviously it was during the time of what's it called? What
Was it COVID?
No, it was there's a name for it. People always post it on TikTok. What's the name?
Quarantine?
No, it's not like quarantine. It's like you steal something. It was a lick.
Oh,
There's
devious
a
lick.
Yeah,
Devious lick. That's what it was.
And like, I was like, I looked at Nate. It like popped off because I was getting lemonade. It popped off. I'm like, we look at each other. Like we looked at each other and we knew what was going on. Like we knew. Like we were both like, and we were like, no. And like I'm not thinking anything. We're out with a couple of buddies, and I go back in. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna take it. So like it's just the cover. So like you can see where it twists.
Was it the lemonade one?
Yeah. So it's just the cover. It's not even like the whole thing. It's just the cover.
Does it like just click on? So you have like the metal tab that you press?
It just like clicks over top. Like the push button was like still there. You just like can take it off.
You can take it off.
You can change the juice. Like he explained it. So you can change it. So it pops 25% juice, 75% water. Yeah. And so you can switch it, and they'll lose a bunch of money to 75% juice, 25% water. And that's why I needed it, because they couldn't find the part. But obviously we take it, and we go through the weekend. They have a game. They win the game against Perry. It was like, oh no, it wasn't Perry game. They win the game. We go 5-3, I think. Yeah, 5-3. And Monday we get back to school after a great weekend. We're like doing good. I'm sitting in some class. I think Miss Tompot's class. And I get a call. It's like, Mr. Lippy, he's like, I need you down in the office. Usually it's like a good reason I'm going down to the office. And he brings me down, and he does not look happy. He's like waiting for me outside. I'm like, fuck. What did I do? Like I didn't even think of the Jimmy John thing. And
yeah, dude, that's the worst. Whenever you get called down, you're thinking of every bad thing you did.
And I go into this room, and I could you not, every principal or vice principal and Coach D were sitting in this small room.
Was it like a conference room?
It was like a little room. It was Mrs. The assistant principal or still is. Maybe not even assistant principal.
Assistant principal.
Mrs. What's her name? I forget her name. Mrs. Something.
Oh, I'm bad with names.
Okay, yeah. We were going there, and I looked to my left. And there's Nate sitting there, head. I'm like,
you already
knew.
knew.
I know what's going on.
Exactly. Wait, his head was down.
Yeah, and Harold just ripping into us. He's like, "You guys are idiots. You guys are disgrace to our high school. Like all this." And Coach D starts ripping into us, and Mr. Lippy had left, and they're just ripping into us. It's like I felt like the shittiest person ever. And like they're like, you guys could be the two dumbest people we've ever met. And they pull up a video recording, and I'm like, how in the world did they get us? They pull up a video recording on a laptop, and all you see is number 24 just walking out with the pop thing because it was on the back of my shirt. I'm like, no way, that was a rookie mistake. It was like they have a video of me walking out, my numbers on the back of my shirt, and it's me and Nate. And like at the time I like wasn't thinking, because like Nate wasn't a part of it, and he was like playing at the time, he was doing good, and he just like took it with me, the blame. So I had to leave school in the middle of the day. I went home, and my parents were like, what are you doing home? I was like, oh no. While I was in there, they called my parents. They're like, excuse me, Miss Snyder, you know what your son did? He took this whatever, and my mom had to like act mad, but she was mad, she was pissed, but like they weren't like too mad. And I get home, they're like, you have to stop stealing stuff, like the W.L.C.C stuff's gotta stop.
Wait, you had like
I had to leave, and like
no, wait, you had priorly like done more devious licks?
Like it was like nothing like big, it was just like stupid stuff, like taking like 100 straws from McDonald's. Like, it's something I do, like you know everybody knows how I am, like just do something stupid like that. But I had to go home, I get this pop thing, and my parents like to look at me. They weren't like too upset, but they were upset. They're like, you done, like. And I get back, and me and Nate get in the car, we get in Nate's truck, we get in there. Jim John's isn't open yet. That's how early it is. And we knock on the window, and we walk in there, and dude was like, cool. He was like, I know there's like devious lick stuff. We didn't want any like charges pressed. We wouldn't have even made you guys come back if we could find the part. And then we get back, and we're just apologizing to the dude at Jimmy John's, and we feel so bad. and he was like the owner, and he goes, right before we left, this was probably the time where it would have helped if like the assistant principals were like to hear it, but he goes, and you guys know we're always looking for help. If you guys need a job, just apply online. You guys will probably get the job. And we looked at each other like, oh, we just took this from them, and they're gonna let us have a job now. But I think the dude like understood like devious like at the time, and like he was cool about it. But still, I mean, I was like depressed for like four weeks after, because like I just got Nate in trouble, and then later.
Did you guys face any punishment?
Yeah, we were suspended for one game. That was it. And that later that
What
day.
game was it?
It was the Perry game. We won they were on the 1 yard line, overtime, 24.
Oh, wasn't it triple overtime?
Yeah, in 24-23 they were going 2-point conversion, and we stopped them. Let me get to what I was. This is just Nate was. I felt bad like in the middle of the week. I'm like, oh, Nate does not deserve to take this. Like I took it, whatever. So I go up to Coach D. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Nate took the blame with me. I didn't know what to do at the time. He was not a part of this. Like, don't make him suffer. And like, Nate's parents were like not mad. Like they were mad at me a little bit, but like it was just more of us being idiots. But he ended up having to sit out, and then but like that was just such a incident that did not need to happen, but you know, it did. And
I mean, I feel like we both had like our learning curves.
yeah, well,
We had to bite the bullet.
we never learned. We learned, but you used to learn
Somewhat.
not to get caught. It's just like,
Learn how to get better at it.
yeah, yeah,
That's what leads to everything. Is you just learn how to
not get as caught as fast.
But
I look at this candle. Before we started this, I was like thinking about how I could light these candles behind me, and I start lighting these candles back here, and I realized they're electric candles. So I was trying to light an electric candle for a good 5 minutes. It's a little bit burnt, but
is this one?
yeah, they're all electric. That besides this one.
I mean, it's good to set the theme and the
Yeah,
setting.
yeah.
But so like, whenever I was coming in, who were you hanging out with the majority of the time?
I really
Because I came in the end of my junior year.
yeah. So like Pies is like who we used to hang out. I mean, I hung out with Nate like every day. Like, well, fuck. I knew this is gonna come up like a million times. You know it is.
No.
It's literally gonna come in a million times. I hung out with Nate a lot, and
Yeah, you hung out with Nate a lot.
and
That was you're hanging out with Jimbo and
yeah, and
who else was it?
well, for like I hung out with
I'm still trying to like remember like when we like, I think, cause I came in like, and I started hanging out with Darius Styles,
yeah, you were
Riley,
like, yeah.
and then
I like
Ty
Jack
started
and
hanging
all
out
that,
with
yeah.
us.
But I was like, I don't know, Jack and Matt I always like kind of hung out with, but it was like, actually my group at the time might have been like Emily, Abby, Carson, like Mike, I don't know, but yeah, I just hung out with really Nate and my future wife. It's gonna get brought up eventually, but
Eventually, it just
yeah.
did.
Yeah, well, it's gonna
It's
keep
gonna get
getting
brought up
brought
more.
up. Yeah,
But
yeah, that was like an everyday thing, like every single day.
oh, I remember whenever we would. Oh, that
Just
was.
go.
Oh yeah.
Just go.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
No.
whenever. Like continue about.
Yeah,
Or-
go ahead, go
yeah.
ahead.
So I remember whenever. So first off, it was always us hanging out, and then I think we all went cliff jumping one time again. Cause I remember I came cliff jumping with you guys before I even went to lake once.
Mhm.
But I went cliff jumping, and then that's whenever I started hanging out with Matt and Jack more. And then we went to a Glen Oak party.
Glen Oak party.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I think we all did.
That was like my party.
Yeah. So like I think I took. Yeah, I ended up taking like Miles, Coli, Matt, and Jack to a Glen Oak party, and I had never talked to them before.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my first time, but that's whenever I took them, and then we started hanging out a lot more with football.
Yeah.
So that's whenever it would be like me, you, Bake, Matt, Jack, Ty, Fui, Darius,
Yeah.
and that's who it would be all the time. But That's whenever I remember. Remember the one time whenever we were on the bus, and you just pop your head up. You pop your head up like right above the bus chair, and you're like, "Well, I gotta tell you something." And you held it over my head for the whole day. And you're like, "I can't tell you right now." He's like, but you're like, Ty knows. Ty's the only one that knows. And then you went back. I'm like, dude, like I text you. I'm like, bro, why can't you just tell me right now? Like I'm freaking out. I'm like, did you do something stupid? He's like, just know. And I'm like,
Oh my god, this was when I was fucking.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Fuck yeah. That's what I need to be again.
That's whenever you were in between. Also, you were in between.
No,
and
then
whenever it came fall time.
Yeah.
That's whenever it became.
God fucking damn it. I need to get that baseball back.
Dude, I'd say like one of my favorite moments was definitely after every single game, me and Ty, where we would just be like, all right, we need to get a ride to Canes somehow. Like, I'm not driving to Canes. We could hardly move. And then we would just impulsively just randomly elect people to take us. And then they would end up taking us.
That's about how it was.
Who would you always go with?
Mike. Mike
Carney would always take you.
Because we would get out and it'd be me and Bake and you'd just take us.
Yeah. And then I remember it was Carson and Gail would always take me and Ty. And then I don't even know how Mad Jack would ever get there. I swear they would spawn. Because, like, I don't remember anyone there that would take them.
That's when I can't forget about when Matt had that, like, Cleveland chick or Cleveland mom or whatever, and shit.
From,
you know what I'm talking about, though.
I think.
And he got caught at Canes.
And he told her to put her. It wasn't a Cleveland mom, but it was, I don't know if I want to say a school, but Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he thought he was slick, and then the girls ended up catching him.
Yeah, damn. It's hilarious.
Dude, that was probably, like, peak life right there.
No,
for
dude.
a moment.
Senior trip is, like, peak.
Dude, oh, my gosh. Dude,
that's what they just went on.
Who, Bacon them?
Yeah, they had a good trip.
I was gonna say I feel like we could talk just days on days.
Yeah, we should not go into that. Actually, that would be so funny to talk about. I feel like that's like another day's conversation. Like, we'll have like another, oh wait, you leave, don't you?
I leave Tuesday.
But yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
I mean, I could come over tomorrow.
We can film another one and I'll just post it later.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I like that.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna post?
I'll post this whenever we can get it done. And then we'll just film the next one.
And then you'll edit it and then post it later? And then we're gonna...
And then you watch it.
Are you gonna have like what are you gonna do?
Just I'm gonna have to have a guest.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks,
bro.
No, I'm gone.
No, okay, but I can have I'm pretty sure...
You gotta get Baker, at least he's blonde.
Bake will want to do it. And then Ty, if I need
Ty's blonde.
Well, Ty's part of the Blondies group chat.
Yeah, he's part of the Blondies group chat.
So...
But Ty's been MIA for a while.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on with him. He just won his second race again.
Really?
Yeah, he just won this weekend.
Yeah, that's good. He's been doing good.
Yeah, that's his second win. I mean,
it's another quick paycheck for him.
I was gonna say, what did he get the first time? 200?
Yeah, it was like 200 or 400. I forget.
But, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's an entry for the race though too.
What?
I'm pretty sure there's an entry for the race. But I mean, dude, that football season was like a euphoric moment.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
It was actually so much fun.
Like whenever the fact that we were like best friends with sophomores too.
No, yeah, it
was awesome.
we made it's like that was so weird for them. They just like weren't as close. The Great W.L.C.C isn't as close, but like we just like grew close to everybody. It's just because like people that could play would play and like would always just talk to everybody. It was just like how it was. You just get so close.
It was just such a diverse group, but it was like so like we all clicked in our own ways.
Yeah.
My favorite was whenever dude, the Mount Union camp.
Oh my gosh.
We made so many memories.
That was so many things happened then.
Dude, the thing that scarred me the most was the air horn every single morning. I'm like, dude, put it away.
Dude, oh my gosh. And I remember it was like, it would have been, what were there? Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Is that what it was? Yes. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday night, we had that.
The pool party.
No, it was right after, it was right after we had a long day, like scrimmaging and everything.
Oh, beat the
And
crap.
I was dying, like I was crampy at night. And we wake up the next morning for our Saturday practice, or it might even been Sunday, like whatever it was. And I was pissed because like there was like 50 X wide receivers, and like we go over to the other side, and I'm like walking, and this is when everybody everybody was slouching off, and everybody was so tired. And Coach D like saw me, and he knew like I was getting everybody pumped up the first couple of days. He saw me like slouching off, and he's like, everybody look at Snyder. He's slacking off right now. And then
I was like, he made an example out of you.
Oh shit. I was like, oh no. I was like, and then I looked at him and I'm like, I just played so much football yesterday. He's like, look, Snyder, you think you're better than everybody else? You just get off. And I was like, yeah, he's right. I was like so mad though, because like I hate getting yelled at, but like he
Dude,
was
I
so
kind of
right.
forgot that we would like legitimately like I forgot all I remembered from it was the 7-on-7s, but I forgot we would legitimately
Practice.
go through like practice
three
and
days.
installs.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours, 6 hours of practice, then you'd scrimmage at night. So it was like 11 hours of football a day. It was like
Dude, that was
you
a
think you-
lot.
Yeah, then we'd go to the dining hall.
And they made us
clear
eat,
it
and we
out.
were just like, dude.
Yeah, we would go to practice right after we ate.
we were all just like, oh.
Thank gosh they didn't make
Who was it who kept pounding the chocolate milk? And they'd go to practice just dying.
Dude, I feel like Gorzo was doing something like that. I feel like that's like a Gorzo thing to do. Oh man.
Remember whenever we it was like
What?
Remember the one morning that George woke up and he's blowing the air horn, banging on all the doors, telling us to get up, and we get out and he's walking towards the end of the hallway and he's like, before any of you guys do anything, get these bananas cleaned up.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that dumb shit.
We were just leaving trails of
Yes.
bananas to people's rooms.
No, we were doing. Oh my gosh! And then Fui took everybody's.
Oh wait, no,
Fui took everybody's keys, and we were.
that was whenever it was the free for all where
You're flipping beds.
your room would just be
And then
destroyed.
Joey was so we kept fucking with Joey. Joey like.
No, because Joey put his bare cheeks
Oh,
on my
yeah.
pillowcase.
So everybody started fucking with Joey, and Joey like the one night we were all like having fun, like doing shit. And
he was in his bed with
he
his
had
AirPods
AirPods in,
in,
facing the corner, like.
with his blanket
Cause,
over.
They like we got him to like leave his room for like 2 seconds, and somebody went in and took his brand new dunks, and he was so mad.
Oh, dude, Fui was gaslighting everyone.
Yes, everybody.
Wait, didn't you? You went with who flipped Jack's room? It was you and Sponseller,
Oh
right?
my god, it was like me, Sponseller, and somebody else, and I was like, I'm not snitching. Nobody ended up getting caught out of us three. Like
Yeah, like for instance, like in some context, like Jack was like, a lot of the younger underclassmen were scared of Jack, and he like made it clear that if anyone messed with any of his stuff, he was going.
I mean,
to
your
kill
whole
them.
entire room would get flipped, like beds, everything. Like
Yeah, your whole bunk. Like,
turning
you didn't have
inside
bunk
out.
beds, but like
Yeah.
your whole bed was the frame was getting flipped.
Yeah.
Your
Like,
mattress was flipped.
all your food
sheets
was
were on the
gone.
hardwood
Everything.
floor or on the floor. Yeah, like your deodorant was flipped, dude. Remember they would
Yeah.
put everything upside down, your cologne,
Yeah,
deodorant.
like stick your toothpaste in your butthole or something like that.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
no.
Sorry.
But I mean, they would take all your clothes out. That was also annoying
Yeah.
because you could never track down all your clothes again.
And so me, Spontail, and another kid go in Jack room.
Who was it? Who was the other kid?
I think it was
Was it Zito?
no, it was Zito. I was thinking it was Max, but it was Zito. And I look at him, I'm like, you guys want your revenge? Well, I'll go in with you. We don't say anything. You guys flip his room. I'll flip it with you.
And then didn't Charlie and Ron flip a room too?
Yeah, they might even flip Fui's room, I think.
Yeah.
And like,
And they
oh
couldn't
no,
even.
they flipped Beluch's room. Beluch flipped shit.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
like-
he like flip their room so
Yes.
bad to the point that they couldn't even get in?
Yeah, there was like beds blocking the door.
One of those best moments is that was whenever it was Ty's birthday. And Ty is like a very early sleeper.
Yeah.
Like he goes to bed super early. But like I'm pretty sure we were all exhausted and we would either be playing euchre or up at the pool room or
the
doing
pool
something.
room, oh man.
But I remember it was Ty's birthday and as soon as it like hit 12, we all went in and just started like shaking his bed, freaking him out. We were like, happy birthday. And dude, he was the only one asleep. Cause didn't you shared a room with Matt, right?
I shared.
No, Ty shared a room
I was
with
a
Matt.
bank.
Yeah, you were a bit. Oh, that's also was the thing was, like whenever we were doing like whenever we were assigning rooms, they didn't they were like, you can request someone and blah blah blah,
yeah.
but they're like, if you already know that you two are like trouble together, like don't even bother requesting.
And it was
solely targeted at you.
He was like, he looked at us like he knew, like he was like.
I was surprised he let you guys go though.
Well, dude, no, I don't know. We were just idiots. You know what? We still are, but you know.
I was rooming.
Oh, that's.
Who I roomed with was I was with Dakota Whitaker.
Oh, that was when you were relevant and stuff. I was just thinking about me and Bake being idiots. So my senior year of football, we were obviously pretty good. Was our senior year of football. Before every football game, me and Nate play 9 holes of golf.
Yeah, I don't. But it was the tradition.
Yeah, every single game, and like one more. This was so stupid. It was one morning we go to Sable Creek. We had a late film because we had the bye. So like we had film at like 11:30.
Wasn't this whenever you guys came to film in your golf stuff?
No.
Or like
no,
straight
it
from
was
the
11. Yeah. It was like 11:30, and we got there like we couldn't even golf yet. It was too dark, and we teed off at like 6:45, and we film at. Oh no. We teed off around like 7:38, and we film at like 10:30, 11. And we're just playing, like, we almost flipped a couple of cards we get yelled at.
Yeah, this was in the morning.
Yeah,
this was before film.
Yeah, and, like, we have, like, 15 minutes to get from the complex, and we just got done golfing. And we're like, fuck. So, it's me, Bonvenuto, Baker, and I think it might have even been Ty, yeah. And we golf. We all go back, and Bake's like, I'm hungry. And he goes to Giant Eagle. And he gets a thing of whole milk, and a donut, and me and Ty, and I ended up being like 10 minutes late, 5 minutes late, and everything was fine. He's like, oh, Snyder, where are you at? And I was like, oh, I was just running a little bit late, and Ty and Drew were already there. And we get like 20 minutes into film, and we're like watching, and Coach D like calls out Baker. He's like, Baker, this is gonna be your responsibility. And
he's in there.
And he's not there.
That's what it was.
And everybody looks at each other, and Coach D looks at me, he's like, so where's Baker at? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen him or anything.
Where was he? Was he at his house?
He's at Giant Eagle
getting breakfast.
And like he's like 10 minutes. I don't know what he was doing, and he like walks into film with a gallon of like with his jug of milk.
It was the half gallon of chocolate milk.
Yeah, he was like, because he's like, where the fuck have you been at, Baker? And like I don't know if anybody told me we went golfing. I think. But like he's like, oh, I got caught up at Giant Eagle or something like that. It was the funniest thing ever because like he was so late to film. Oh, it was such a great time.
That reminds me. Remember the one time the George told Matthew he couldn't go to that one Akron camp, or it was the Akron visit in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And Matt still ended up going. And we're talking in phone. We're like, he was like, Matthew, like,
gotta hit that block.
Right there, hit that block. And we're all looking around, we're like, oh crap, Matt's not here. He goes, are you joking? Is Matthew not here? Remember he ran out of the room and he was like on the phone with Matt.
Instantly.
He's like, he was talking to Trip, he's like, I told him he wasn't allowed to go to that. Oh, that was so funny.
That was when Matt got really bad, but I mean, it happens.
It does. We all had our best moment of that, that's for sure.
And you know, because I know we both want to talk about it, and I'm sure everybody would like to hear this. It's not like it is a proud moment for me, but it's not a proud moment to speak out loud. We had a little tradition.
I didn't know we were going to go public with this.
Oh, I thought you had
I know I did, but that's what I was saying. Like, I didn't know if it's risky or not, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess why not? I mean,
it's a little strange, actually.
It is really strange, and we could possibly, I mean...
No, let's not, because Coach D, no. Let's just not.
No, you can't say tradition weird and Coach D in the same sentence.
Okay, we just can't.
Yeah. Cut the tape.
Yeah, okay, wait.
But
it's just like, we had a nice tradition. It would get everybody rowdy after a win. And the one thing I will say, and like this is, I hope some of the younger kids see this, is when we did that, it would have been my junior year, we would win a game. It was probably the most electric thing ever, like what we do. But like everybody on the team was there. Like no one cared about leaving early or anything. Like everybody was there. It was probably a great time. We'd always sit there for a while. And then my senior year, we come into it, and people are just trying to get out, get to their girlfriends, get to food, and like all I can say is like that's like one of the like biggest things that I hated my senior year is everybody would try to get out so fast. Like obviously at the time like I was in the same boat as everybody else, but like I mean you're ruining it for everybody just because you want to leave. And I mean you just give it like 15 minutes after Coach D's done talking, do this little thing, and then you guys can just leave and you get the rest of the night. But
yeah, I'd have to agree. One of my favorite things was camp. Whenever we would all come in, and one of the families like every single time would donate like food.
Yeah.
And it was just a free for all for who could get Gatorade and snacks, bro. That was always good. And then what I hated was the ice baths. Remember when we did the team ice baths?
At least we get to go first.
Yeah, Coach D set the timer.
Yeah.
Everyone was running around for the
It's so cold. It's so cold.
My favorite was I was in there and I'm literally like, and I look over and Ty's just sitting in the ice bath like,
Yeah, like because they
stone cold killer.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are crazy, dude. I can never do that. I hate them. I don't know how like people do them so much all the time.
Yeah.
But
all right. Well, I think we should move on to a new subject. We had a great football talk.
yeah, that was good.
You got it.
Reminiscing on some memories.
Yeah, I know. It's.
It almost like with talking about it, it almost like just is like a domino effect where you just start remembering.
Yeah, there's so much stuff like we could go on with this for like hours on end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. I did want to ask you. This is just like, what you have any like routines, like a big like a weird routine, or like something you do like a superstition like type thing, like obviously brushing your teeth like whatever, but like there's got to be something.
I had a superstition for football.
Okay, let's hear it.
So football, which this will like kind of lead into another story,
Okay.
but for football before every single game, I would. So Thursdays. I can't remember if it was 2 or 1. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so Thursdays, I would drink 1 whole Pedialyte every single day, and then I would go to we'd get out of school, and Thursdays we'd have walkthroughs.
Yeah.
So they were kind of cake. It was just like just going through the motions, going through the plays and everything, and I'd always go to Nectar. And I get the protein builder, a protein packer every single time. It was before every single game, and then on Fridays, I would drink 2 Pedialytes. So I already got like 3 Pedialytes in. It definitely should not be good to do that, but I don't know. I just always did it. I felt hydrated, and I would have 2 Pedialytes on Friday, and then after that, I would get out of school. And on Fridays, I got out of school early. I forget. I think I had C, so he let me out early or something because I would always have my assignments done. So
Shout out to you.
yeah,
Great guy.
awesome guy. And I would get out early, and then I'd go every single day. I would go. I would meet my dad, and we'd get sub sandwiches. So it was just like kind of a routine thing, but I had to eat it like right after school at 2. So like by the time the game rolls around at 7. It was just like not too heavy, but like I was not starving. Cause like if I was starving, I could not focus. But that was like one of my superstitions, at least during the football season. Did you have any?
I didn't really have any like. I have something, and it's really strange, and like I know it's literally like this is like really weird like at the moment because like what, I have this thing that I have to do everything in 4s. So like
In 4s?
So like. This is like the weird, it's like soap, when I put soap in my hand, it's 4 squirts. Or like shampoo in my hair, it's 4 squirts. Or like paper towels, it's 4. Like everything's in 4. Like I have to drink like 4 sips or like 4.
What?
And this is really weird because I don't know why this goes through, like this is the weird stuff that goes through my, I'm convinced something like with like, I'm just gonna
Go ahead, say it.
like girlfriend wise, it's gonna be the 4th try, like the 4th, like that. I'm convinced the 4th try, like I do everything.
Wait, the 4th girlfriend or the 4th try with the girlfriend?
I don't know. It's something 4th try, the 4th. I've been doing this for like 5 years. Everything's in 4s, and like I've had this thought in my mind, like something 4, like with I don't know. I just keep doing it, like it's so weird, like. When you can watch me, I count like every time I put shampoo, conditioner, like face wash. Like,
Whenever you and Ty play camps and you guys have your code, does it align with 4s at all?
What, like, yeah, I use the fourth number very often. Like, but like, I don't always use the fourth number now that I say that, but I mean, I do things in fours all the time. Like, it's fours. That's what my theory is. I have this, like, that weird stuff goes through my mind. Like if you could understand, there's so many weird things.
I mean, I get that, but I'm trying to think if I have any other type of weird superstitions. I mean, I would say I'm a very OCD person. I mean, I don't know. Anytime I stay at someone's house, I know people, like, firsthand that will just pack clothes and never, like, pack deodorant or toothpaste, and I'm always the only person with toothpaste, toothbrush, and
every time
my deodorant every single time, and my gallon baggie.
Yeah.
Every single time, but yeah, other than that, I always clip my fingernails and toenails after I get out of the shower.
Every time?
Not every single time, but that's the
when
only
you
time
need
I
it,
clip them. I won't just, like, randomly clip them. But yeah, did you like adapt any type of new routines while at college? Like, I know it's not great, but like I shouldn't say it's not great because it is good, but I could never do a workout with football without showering before every single time. So every single morning, whenever we had practice or lifting, I would always shower.
Yeah, I don't really. Nothing really. I don't really have anything. I mean, I just winged it every time.
Was it weird having community showers in college? Like sharing it with the dorm floor?
Yeah, I just hate wearing shower shoes. That just kills me.
Yeah, that's such an
That's
inconvenience.
awful. I mean, we had nice showers. Obviously, I was convenient enough to get a nice dorm. And
Yeah, your guys' showers were actually really nice.
yeah, but like, I mean, I don't know. Interesting time.
You got to shower if you're ever at OU, that's for
What?
sure. If you're ever at OU.
Yeah, you have to shower. Whether it's with somebody or not. Never know. You never know.
Alright, what other?
Alright. Let's go on to the next subject. Yeah.
What are you just talking about? Routines?
You got anything? I mean, I don't really got, mine are just basic, really. Skip the one thing, we'll just do it. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, we could talk about, what was it? It was, we could talk about, like, school dances. At least what happened after them.
It's always me too. Like, I always end up in the most awkward positions. Whether it's fucking school dances or just walking in a park. Like when I'm always like I'm always in that position. Like, I literally, like, the one day at OU. Like, I'll just say this and then we'll get to that. Me and Maddie, Emily's best friend. Mm-hmm. It was like after like a long night. Like, we were like, oh.
Wait, was this one of you guys went together for that one thing?
I don't know. No. So it was after, it might have been after, like, close to that. We were like, we wanted to do, oh no, it was later in the year. Okay. We wanted to go to Hockey Hills so bad and just, like, hike. And, like, me and Maddie were sitting there and, like, as weird things kept happening to me that day. Like, I couldn't remember, but, like, the weird things. And me and Maddie, like, look at each other. It's like, it's one of those days. Like, everything's happening weird. And, like, I knew it was one of those days. Like, it was so weird.
Wait. Can you, like, get a little more into detail with these weird things?
No, it was such a weird day. I was convinced we were going to see a raccoon mixed with a bear. Like, it was like...
You're lying. Weird. You're talking like that's not realistic.
No, like, I don't know what kept happening. Like, the weirdest stuff. Like, I can't even remember. But, like, I just know it got to the point where it was so weird. And we get to this park and, like, I see this, like, elf, like, in the parking lot. I'm like, oh, it's just somebody, like, dressed up.
Wait, like a little, like, a miniature elf?
No, it's like
or
a
like
normal
just a
person,
normal
like,
person
dressed like
ears.
an elf. Yeah, like, elf ears, like,
okay.
costume.
Okay.
I'm like, oh.
Is this near Christmas time or no?
No. It's like we're able to hike. It was, like...
Spring?
And yeah, and I'm like, Maddie, it's like, look at that. Like, what are the odds that person's here? And, like, we were like, oh, it was nothing, like, another weird incident that happened today. So we get into the park, and it's like the first thing we do, and I look down the hill, and there's like 14 elves taking pictures, and I just lose my mind. Like I took a video, and if somehow we can edit it in there, I'll take it. I walk up on this elf as close as I can, zoomed in. I get like right in her face, and like there's like 12 elves just taking pictures in Hocking Hills. I'm like,
wait, you guys were in Hocking Hills at this time?
in Hocking Hills.
Oh, I
we're
thought
in
you
the
guys were
park.
at.
No,
you.
we're in the park at Hocking Hills, and they're taking pictures, and I'm like,
That would creep
why
me
am I
out.
not surprised? Why
That
am I
would
not?
really creep me
Yeah,
out.
but like school dances and stuff like that, stuff after.
Yeah. They're always interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, like
You never know what's gonna come out of them.
I got nothing.
I mean, I don't got nothing either.
I don't even know. It's like we were so strange.
It was weird. It was definitely weird.
Oh.
Remember whenever Matt was riding the horse for like an hour?
What?
You know the
In
little
Carson's basement?
yeah, the little mechanical horse. Matt was
That's when I
riding
ran
it
into
for
the
an hour.
garage when I was just like,
You didn't even run into the garage. You ran into the house.
Yo, yeah, it was just a house.
You
Not
just
the garage.
ran into the side of the house.
I was thinking about like the
I
one.
walked up that whole hill with you on my back.
I don't know if Carson was like the homecoming night or not. I beer bombed 5 White Claws in one beer bong, like I did it all at once.
I thought that was prom night.
It might have been. And there was a bunch of people, and like everybody kept slipping down the steps. No, it was like just one night at the end of summer because Matt lost Moon Cup.
No, that was Carson's graduation party.
Oh, I don't know what it was. Okay, I
It was Carson's graduation.
Okay, so
that's whenever I hated down the steps so bad.
Jaybird slipped in it. Those steps were breaking. But I beer bonged 5, and this is probably like I'll never forget this moment. Somehow I was very, very intoxicated, and I'm like.
Did you take the boom cup?
No, I didn't do anything. I'm just like sitting back on the swings by myself, like just thinking about life, like looking at the students.
Looking at the students.
And I'm like,
no, I went because I came over and saw you that day.
yeah, I don't
You
know.
were just in the playset.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone was
And
looking
then-
for you.
okay,
They
and
were
then-
like, "Where's Dylan? Where's Dylan?"
And you leave me, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get back up to the house now. And I'm like stumbling, like I'm spinning, and I get into your yard, and then all of a sudden I just start running, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta get.
That's
up.
whenever you were running in
And
circles.
I ran in a circle. I ran in a
You
circle.
couldn't run up the hill or something
No,
stupid.
I ran.
You said you were
I
running
ran in a
circles.
circle for 5 minutes, and I just kept leaning, like the earth was sideways, and I just kept running. And finally I was like, I just gotta fall. And like after like 2 or 3 minutes of running in a circle, I just fall to the ground. I'm like, oh, I'm just done.
I don't know. I swear, like whenever it's nighttime out there, those woods are haunted.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
And Carson's house is a little strange at night. You never know what's gonna happen.
When we're just sitting in a campfire and everyone could see us if they wanted, but we can't see them.
Yeah.
That's what creeps me out. But it's also like the thrill, you know what I mean?
Great times.
It was.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna
And the first episode.
wrap it up for the first episode. We'll be filming one here soon, and that was some great talks, and we did not go with what we were planning on going with.
No,
but,
we kind of won.
you know, I kind of like it. This is how kind of a
Freestyle.
podcast goes. Yeah.
But we're definitely going to be a little more organized on the next one.
Yeah, and I really like that though. But
It was. It's not like, I don't know. It's different from like others.
thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week.